All right, so I've been training to run a half marathon this weekend, and throughout my training, my foot health has been at the absolute top of my priority list, right? So one thing that happens, and this is like all the rage right now, everybody in the industry is talking about feet. When you wear narrow shoes, so specifically running shoes, it compresses the feet, right? So it scrunches them in really tight. So the more we can spread our toes out, the better, right? So you can get a toe spacer. I have a free toe spacer here I love to use. So just lace your fingers in between and just move the ankle around. Stuff like that's great. Picking up the little toes, leaving the big toe down, leaving the little toes down, picking up the big one. All that stuff is great. Restoring foot function. So expanding the foot and getting it to its normal function when you take your shoes off. But something that's not talked about a lot is to play, right? So you got all these opportunities when you're at home to check in with foot stability, specifically the big toe stability, and also the spreading of the feet to grip the floor, right? That's what your feet are meant to do, is to be spread out and then to stabilize, okay? So I'm gonna show you a couple of like super low cost ways that I like to play, a couple of implements. One, taking 2 yoga blocks. So there's a product called like a Slack block, which I think it's a little, it's a bit pricey for me. I mean, you know, that would be a great addition to your play chest of stuff. But what I like to do is I just take 2 yoga blocks. I think it's a similar type of sensation. So I get on the yoga block. I take 2 because 1 is not big enough for my foot to fit on. Spread my toes wide, stand on here, watch TV, throw a timer on for 30 seconds, just randomly, brush your teeth, whatever. That's one. That's not going to create a super unstable surface, but it will provide a little bit of stability need there. Okay, 2, I got this at Five Below. It's like a value store or whatever. I'm sure most of them have something to this effect. Now, I will say it's pretty uncomfy, so I just use an ab mat. That also creates a little bit more instability. So here, spread my toes wide, stand on it, move around. You don't even have to make yourself move, it'll just kind of happen naturally. Take your foot out, around, play, entertain your cat. All right, now, something I will say that I highly recommend you buy. This is gonna be kind of pricey, it's like 200 bucks, but it is sick. It is a endo board. I love this thing. I had a cheaper endo board, and I'll say that it's worth the money. It is expensive, but it looks really dope. And when you stand on it, it creates a huge unstable surface. Not crazy though, so I can take it all the way over almost and still not fall. So underneath this one, I have the cushion, which is like the trainer, and then you can put the roller under it, but standing on one foot with the roller is pretty gnarly. So this is a good place to start. I will say that having these implements around reminds me to play, reminds me to do things that are good for my feet, rather than relying on like, oh yeah, I need to do my toe exercises, which are great, and you should do those, but playing is fun, and it's very accessible. So get you a couple of things to mess around with, and then do it while you brush your teeth.